Hello my little humans, and we are back with Gundam Brave Battle Warriors number 29. Shin Mokoshu, San Shin Gundam, and Tengyokugai Douko. This is part 2 of our little review. And we will be putting together the second part, which is Tengyokugai Douko. And I apologize if I butchered that in so many ways that I could not expressly apologize properly. So what we are going to do is put together each piece individually and work from there. When you get the instructions, the first part we will be taking together is this half. There are some differences between the two, and you gotta make sure you get the right parts for the right section. Now the first thing we're going to do is take a pair of tweezers and pick these up and place them. And I'm going to show you right here. Here, there are some indentions here and here. Right here, and 2 indentions here and here. What we're going to do is take these little pieces here, the ones that look like a little bitty kind of Green Lantern core lantern. We are going to place them perfectly where they need to go. Now this is just for, I'm just using this for alignment, nothing more, and then we place them together like so. Next we are going to need to find a leg. Now we want to make sure that the leg that we find that looks like this, the inner pieces here will go on the inside here, and the solid pieces on the solid will face on the outside. Now what we'll do is simply place this here, and voila. As you can see, the pegs will go in, and this can move all the way up like so, and all the way back down like so. As you can tell, it probably has multiple modes. Now these two pieces here look exactly alike, but they are entirely different. So this side goes to that side, and this side goes to this one. What we're going to do is turn it on its side to where the open section here is facing downward. And we are going to align these pegs with these peg holes there after I drop the part. You know, if you've seen my reviews before, I do drop these parts a lot. These two align here, and that's it. We just push it in, and voila. There we go. Looks pretty cool on the inside. Kind of looks like one of those cheap toys that you buy all the time, but still cool. Alright, now that's done. We will do the same thing on the other side. We will take these parts here. And like I said, it's exactly the same. So there is, if you don't line them up right, there is a little problem with this little paddle. There we go. There we go. We'll take this peg here, this hole here, and line it up with this peg, and just kind of push it in there. It can be a little difficult at times, but also, again, we will align these 2 pegs and these 2 pegs with these holes here and here. You guys can see this, the lighting is not, I apologize, I accidentally pulled it a bit. Yeah. I hope you guys can see that well enough, and I apologize for any background noise if you hear. I do my best, and voila. And now that's done. Next thing we're going to do is create a dragon's head. You heard me right. Now we have 2 pieces here. They look like 2 heads of a dragon, and that's what you're going to need. Next, we're going to find this piece. with a low hole and a peg going here. Now what this is going to do is go here inside this section here that has the little slots. I'm not sure if you can see this, but there's a little slot right here that the peg will go into. This will put together. So you can see it creates a nice little firm ordeal. And next we are going to line up the peg holes with the pegs and vice versa. We're going to line them together and snap them. And then we have a nice little dragon's head. Yay, dragon! Next we are going to place the dragon's head right here on this side peg. And just go work that in. There we go. Once it's nice and firm, you're done with that part. Next, we will take the... Oh, I almost forgot. On the main body here, you have these two peg holes right here. You're going to need this elongated little joint with a peg hole in it, middle. And this one will go up here. This one will go up here in this peg. And next we're going to take this one. We are going to place it there. And yes, this is a little difficult sometimes to get these into the peg holes, but there we go. It should look something like this when you're done. Very movable, very nice. Next we are going to take this section here. We're going this section entirely right here. We're going to start off with this part. We're going to take this section. We are going to place this flat section here where the hole is through. We'll place it on this peg here. Now we need to put some pressure when pushing this on because it is tight. Very tight. Next is a very simple ordeal. You just line this peg that we now have here with this peg hole here. There we go. It's easy to do it like this, and that's exactly how it's supposed to go. And then we just snap together these two sections. And voila! We have it. Now finally what we're going to do is make sure this is placed upwards like so. You want to make sure it can go down. Let's place it. You want to make sure it goes. This peg here goes into this hole right there, and we just peg them together. Next, we take the other half and align everything up and just peg it in together. And that is basically it for this section. We also have this section here, which you can easily peg right here on top of here. Voila. So this actually has several different modes, several different options. Next we're going to create what is called a little golden dragon stamp. It has two dragon eyes, which we just simply peg together like so. We align with this little indentation in here with the slot here, and together they will come together. And then you can just place them right there in the center of that. Now this doesn't come off. Something I learned is that this thing here is a stamp. On the bottom of the feet and this little golden dragon, this is all a stamp. Alright, we're going to set this off to the side for now, and we are going to come over here and deal with the wings. And this is an issue with me. Alright, the wings have very nice stickers up onto them, as you can tell right here. These little silvery and gold stickers. What we're going to do is take this peg hole here and this peg here and this peg hole, scratch reverse the original design, and we are just going to simply place them together. Now, as you can tell, the pegs and peg hole on the bottom do not exactly line up properly. There are some issues, but you do have a peg hole, which if I can figure out the formation, that becomes a little bit more easy. Alright, next you're going to simply slide this on here and lock up. This prevents it from going downward and locking down, but this is the main issue. You can make it look like this, which we'll get into on how it's designed. Alright, and now we'll get on to part 2. Sorry, my niece is in the background and I really don't have any control over that. We just basically do the exact same thing. And voila. Now this will immediately stay in place like so, but as soon as you lift it up, this thing has an issue of falling off whenever it is not locked in. Whenever it's loose like this, it immediately comes off forward, and there's nothing you can do to actually really lock it in other than gluing it, and I highly doubt that you want to do that. Now these can be easily placed up onto our little dragons model here, just by pegging in, and like I said, this does have several modes, so it can go on to several different areas. Easily expand the wings to keep them from falling. Well, I say keep it, but it doesn't exactly mean it'll work. But expand the wings a little, and there we have it. That's part 1 done. And we'll set that off to the side. Next, we'll start with part 2. And the best place to start with is right here at the arms. Well, I should say arm. This is the interconnected arm section, which is put together with this. Coming up here at the top area where this little peg hole is, you take this peg and make sure it's facing outwards like so, and place it in like this. Very easy. Next, we just align everything up, pegs and peg holes, and just snap it tightly together. And we are done. Now that that's done, we want to come over here and take this piece. These 3 pieces here, so tiny piece here and this piece here, will all come together. First thing we're going to do is simply slide this little double peg joint onto these little slotted holes right there. Next, you just squeeze them all together. That's right, we just align and squeeze. Now this has another section, which is this little shiny golden tiger. Ooh, pretty shiny, fancy. It has a little peg hole here, and you find this little handle like piece here, and making sure the handle is pointing downward from this, you just push in the peg so it can't be pushed anymore, and voila. Next, what we're going to do is take this little handle looking peg and place it into this hole here, and like this, and voila. Now this will allow it to open up completely and close completely while looking like it has a joint here. Yay! Like I said, this model kit is filled with issues, and yeah, this is one of them. Next, we are going to take this piece here, and we are going to place it on this bottom peg here, and we want to place it, place it looking forward this way. Next we're going to take these two pieces here. We want to make sure their little flames are facing downward as we place on both sides with these pegs here. I'm going to these square indentions here and these here will go together like so. And you just repeat the process on both sides. Now it looks kind of like a little sled. Our next section is right here with this. Now we want to make sure that the pointed sections here are facing upwards. And we want to make sure these are facing backwards and peg right into here. Right there. There you go. And then you just want to repeat the same thing on the other side. And like I said, I apologize for the noise in the background. My little niece is there. Next we want to take this section here, and this is, like I said, like another problem. These do not want to stay on, but you just place this slot with this section here and just slide them together. Looks like a little chariot type thing, doesn't it? And I will drop that. No, and I will hit the camera while trying to pick up everything and knocking and making all dizzy and sick and nauseated. First thing I'm going to do is place this little peg on this here, making sure that these points are pointed upwards. And again, I will drop everything. There we go. Now this section here has a little peg and it goes directly right here into the back. Not sure if you guys can see that. There, yep, there we go. Right there, and this will go, that will go in there, and voila. That's done. Now we have these two little blasters. Now these are supposed to separate and come back together multiple times. So all you gotta do is line them up. Line them up like this. Line them up like this. Make sure they're completely lined up here. And now we have a nice little turret railgun. The railgun will stick by placing this section up top because it won't fit any other way. We just place it right in the back. Kind of makes it a little back heavy now. Yay. It's back heavy. Last, we got a little cool mode here that we can do, and that's just simply placing that there. Roar. Little ore dragon thing. Now these things do combine simply by placing the wing up a little bit higher on the dragon here. Removing this piece here, and this is just personal on how I do things. We want to make sure the dragon is pointed backwards because I don't have it. You can't really store that anywhere, so to just place it off. We would then, hold on, I apologize, I think I'm doing this backwards, so let me first show you guys how these. We would then put this upside down, flip in the dragon's head and put the dragon's feet in. Now it looks like a little cockpit. Next, by simply extending this here, you want to pull out the torrent and knock off the pieces. Like I said, this is annoying. That is the most annoying part. You then place it like so. Alright, next we take our little battle warrior here. What we're going to do is simply pull this off, set it off to the side. These two peg holes here we place right back into his back. Now we want to actually probably do that separately, and simply we're going to essentially, I can't really show you guys this completely, but lock them in like so and get the peg on this way. Next we're going to take these wings. Alright, and finally I'm probably just going to show you guys this one mode because my little niece is up. We just simply place the wings in. You want to make sure the weapons are out of the way here. If you want to keep the weapons on, you want to take the weapons, the shield off, the sword. That's your choice. But simply by placing these pegs here into this section here, and then flipping the wings all the way down and making sure they stay on, great. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of more of a close-up. Alright, next we are going to separate the turret like I just did. We want to make sure that this section here is pointing outwards, and we are going to just peg them right here into these holes. And there we have it. Add apparently a little aura power and lock this back in together. And there we have it. This thing is pretty cool. I mean, honestly, I kind of like it. I really do. But is it perfect? No, of course not. It's really kind of top heavy. This is a big issue. It doesn't want to stay up. It doesn't want to stay down. It doesn't want to stay anywhere. A lot of parts end up falling off. This toy, in general, as a model kit, it is a model. You have to generally keep that as an ideal, that it is a model and you do just put it together and it snaps together. There's no gluing, there's nothing else to it. It just screams, I am huge, overwhelming, bulky. I have no way of being put on a stand so you can't cover me. It is just just kind of this little tiny massive mess. If I could describe it as anything, it is a mess. I mean, you get these little extra pieces off to the side. They're no way you can't incorporate them in any deal. I mean, you can't. I mean, this has a little peg here. You could probably just randomly store this here. Nope. Yeah, it only stores on the back of the main character. The shield can't be held properly. It can be stored on the side of the arm, or it could be stored on the back. Honestly, it's just in the way a lot of the time. The aura on the swords can be put on the sides of the figure, but that gets in the way. It is a great ideal, but for the 2010 model version, it is just a mess. I have an issue with the fact that the feet are so overly bearing to the actual legs in there that they just kind of look like limp noodles. In addition, the ball joints don't want to stay on. The pieces around here just consistently fall out there. The joints are nowhere near nothing is nowhere near secure enough to actually consider itself to be a solid piece. It has multiple modes that I'll give it credit for, which we will not be seeing. I will post designs of it, I guess, from other people who've done this mode before, but all in all, it is not my... No, I'm not going to do somebody else's design set. That would just look silly in comparison. But all in all, it is not an actual great figure mode. It has its problems. It really could use a little extra work here and there, and to be honest, I do like it. I really do like it. I like the premise of it. But when you combine it together to look like this massive monstrosity, even the elongated one or the others, it just screams desperately trying to create something that's just overwhelming to the little guy here. I mean, this is almost Super Sentai crazy. Like when they're, and I'm talking about latest Super Sentai with the Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Oh no, wait, not that one. Super Samurai, when they put all their little folding Zords together and it just becomes this big hunk of block. That's what this kind of screams to me. And I mean, it is just, there's no clearance. It wasn't really well thought out and planned, and you don't have very good joint movements. But this is 2010 model kit. In the 2015 model kits, they do have joint movements and a little bit better. But you have no clearance thanks to these large shoulder pads here to really move your pose your figure well. I like this little dragging stamp. Wish there was a way to incorporate it here, you know, something. But, and you know, just these little extra pieces off to the side, and for some reason we have half of a battle axe that comes with it that has nothing to attach to. It's just there, and it's kind of disappointing. But as far as Gundam's Brave Battle Warrior number 29, Shin Mokusu San Kin Gundam and Tengyokugai Douko, it's pretty alright. I kind of like him. He's big, he's bulky, he's not perfect. Yes, I like it. Don't get me wrong, I wish it could be better, but after all the time and effort it takes to put them together, I like him, and he does fall apart easily. And he's just hovering there, kind of. Just waiting for things to just fall apart on him. That's all this is. This is just a monstrosity of parts just kind of clipped together and just waiting to fall off. And there we go. Lock in, and like I said, I really don't like the way the feet look on here, and that's personal. That's a personal opinion. You could have a different opinion, and I think I'll just leave them displayed like this. It's your toy, display however you want. There are other modes, but if I showed you all of them, I mean, this is just something. I mean, this is a little bit on my creation design because I really didn't like the original design of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys will. And the main issue I think is that it doesn't actually, it's too top heavy, it's too front heavy. It falls downward. You can't actually keep it up where he's looking forward because he's looking down the entire time. And yeah, that is the biggest issue I have found with him, but you get him to look right, he is awesome. Otherwise, you want to pick him up, that's your choice. As far as me, I think I'll just enjoy him for what he is. Kind of just this funny looking character with the big battle armor wannabe. And I've been Nopony I'm Nopony Special, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go down in the description below and you'll find links to my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and I hope you guys follow me there. I have some more little guys that are coming in next week or in the next few days, depending on how things go, and I hope you guys check them out. These are little mini Gundams that I found at Hot Topic. If you haven't been to Hot Topic, guys, suggest you go and enjoy. Just found a use for that piece. It's a great stand. And see you guys later.